7 Days in June fans, Tia Wiliams fans, stop scrolling. I have a book review for you. I just finished reading an art copy of Audre and Bash, or Just Friends by Tia Wiliams. Thank you so much to Little Brown Books and Netgalley for the opportunity to read this book. You guys, Tia has another 5-star hit on her hands, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Tia Wiliams fan. I'm not just saying that because she's an all-by author. This was such a cute, adorable, good read. This is a YA, and I don't read YA too often, but I loved every single minute of this. Yes, you're able to get your even Shane fix and see what they've been up to, but the star of this show is Miss Audre. She's the same Audre that we got acquainted with in 7 Days in June, but she's now a teenager, so she's still that driven, motivated girl who we came to love, but she's a teenager preparing for her next life. She's going into her senior year, and you know, Miss Audre, she is thinking about the next phase of her life. She's thinking about the future, and she's going through normal teenage things, teenage thoughts, teenage desires, teenage fears, teenage anxieties. When you're in that stage of life where you're really trying to figure yourself out, and she comes into contact with the MMC Bash, and he's also in a phase of trying to figure himself out. There are a few little bit of heavier topics in this one as well. It had the ability to have those heavier topics, such as mental health representation and sexuality exploration, but at the same time, it felt just so lighthearted. It also took me back to a time when I was young, a teenager, and you're having your first love and you're falling in love for the first time, and the cheesiness and the giddiness, as well as the nervousness, as well as the emotional roller coaster that these teenage relationships take you on. Audre and Bash took me on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, I'm not even gonna lie, but all of it was worth it, and all of it just happened in the way that it was supposed to happen, and I just enjoyed watching them. I also love when books add in like text message communication between the two main characters, whether it's via text message or email. I love that, and Tia added that in here, and so you're just able to see things blossom in a more deeper way, I feel. There aren't many books that will literally have me laughing out loud, but when I tell you guys, I was literally laughing out loud while reading this. It's so teenage coded, also like Gen Z, Gen Alpha coded, but not in an annoying or irritating way. Now, I'm a mom of a teenage daughter, and my teenager is also 10 years older than her siblings, so I was truly able to empathize and sympathize with the thoughts that Audre was feeling about her mom having a new baby, and the thoughts that she was feeling about being the oldest. So I definitely understood the stage of life that she was in, and I also understood things from Eva's perspective as a mom, a new mom all over again. You're a different person that you were when you were parenting your oldest, and you're in a different phase of life. So I just found this book, even though it was a YA, I found this extremely relatable. There were so many good gems and good life lessons in this book via Audre while she's trying to figure herself out. So I think I'll definitely be recommending for my teenager to read this as well. And if you're like an eldest daughter and you're definitely going to relate to this in so many different ways. This also examines mother-daughter relationships and the changes that mother-daughter relationships can go through, especially when your kid is growing and learning, and you're learning and growing new things and experiencing new things. And I enjoyed watching the relationship and watching them work through their growing pains that they were going through. Audre being a teenager, I think teenagers get into, you know, the stage where they're able to more objectively judge things, and they start to judge their parents, and they start to question their parents, and they start to wonder, who is my mom or who is my dad? You know, they start to question life, and that means questioning the adults in their life. And we definitely see Audre going through that exploration of who is my mom as a person, who is she outside of being my mom. She starts to ask questions, and she starts to judge, and you know, it's a reality of parenting when your children start to try to judge you and judge your decisions and judge your life choices and judge what you're up to, where you're at, what you're doing. So, you know, you guys, give this a read. So relatable. If you have not pre-ordered this book already, I encourage you to do so.